Welcome back to another episode of Calm Before the Storm. I'm Kim.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Kimberly.
If you missed our last episode, we talked about 50-50 within a relationship. You can catch it on our YouTube channel at Calm Before the Storm podcast. This week, we will be talking about body image. What is the perfect body image? What is the perfect body type, shape? I did a quick Google search and it said body image is a combination of the thoughts and feelings that you have about your body. Body image may range between positive and negative experiences, and one person may feel at times positive or negative or a combination of both. So for me, right, I know I like food.
Love it.
I know that I need to lose weight and I know that I like food. So just gotta, I accept it, but I know that I need to have a more healthy lifestyle. So what about you, ladies? Like, what does body image to you mean?
Body image for me is being comfortable in my own skin, and whatever that looks like to me. I love food too, and I feel like I jump on those fad diets sometimes. Like I fluctuate in my weight. I could go on a strict diet, lose a bunch of weight, and then I get where I want to be, and then back to it I go eating. I get what's the word? Comfortable, and I start eating again, and then I gain weight again. And that's not where I'm comfortable. So body image for me is at a decent weight where I feel comfortable in my clothes and I don't have to think twice about putting it on because I'm like, oh my God, I got a Chicho hanging out right here. So that's what body image is to me.
Yes, body image. Um, I don't even know what body image is and why it's a thing, to be quite honest. Um, I feel like, yeah, there's a healthy way of living, right? Um, but there's people who are not to the appealing eye and they're healthy, right? They
Mm-hmm.
have their weight and whatever that is, and they're healthy people. I kind of struggled with this conversation because I feel like there's a precedence that is set for what a body image is supposed to be.
Mhm.
For me, like the rest of you guys, I gained a couple pounds, got in a new relationship. I'm happy. You eat, you go out, you drink. My weakness is drinking. But what makes me not perfect or okay where I'm at if I'm okay with it, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And I had a huge conversation about this with someone today, and we just kept going around in a circle. And I was just like, but why is it even a thing? And why is it anybody's business? It's my choice. So I struggled with this, and I'm happy we are talking about this because I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Right. I think that as long as you're healthy, right? How big is too big? How small is too small? I think big is like if you can't get out of bed, you know, you're just eating in bed. Um, you're literally like that show 300 pounds,
Yes.
right? And they just
My
that's
600 pound
My
life.
yeah, something
600
like that. Yeah,
pound life, that,
that
yeah,
like I think that's too much.
over the top.
Mhm.
Um, Skinny, I feel like when I see your bones, like your
Hmm.
chest, your spine, your face, like I think that's too skinny.
Hmm.
Like
Um,
sunken in, kind
mhm.
Yes.
of. Yeah.
And then I mean, some people who are too skinny might be suffering from something, right?
Correct. Hmm.
So,
Or can't gain weight and try everything
Right.
to do
right.
Right.
so
Yep.
So I
and
feel
still
like
struggle.
I don't know their struggle. I don't know what they
Hmm.
go through. You can't say, "Oh my God, like look at that person." You
Hmm.
don't know what they're going through. So that's where it becomes where people like you need to mind your business.
Yeah, I agree.
Thousand
Right.
percent.
Like if I want to eat another cupcake, I'm gonna eat a cupcake.
My business. Right. Why are you
Let
asking
me
me why
Let
you
me
enjoy.
deal
eating
with it on
a cupcake?
my own.
Yes.
Mind your business.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Um, So now they have like Ozempic, Wegovy. They have these pills that technically for people who are diabetic,
Hmm.
and
Those are
people are taking,
shots.
yeah,
Yes.
that they're giving people are just taking it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
If you have the
Hmm.
money, you can go somewhere. I'm
Yep.
not gonna lie,
Insurance even covers it.
Yeah.
it depends. It
Yeah.
depends. I looked into it, right? And it depends because you have some insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, But I was like, I'm not really comfortable with that because you don't
Mm-mm.
know what you're putting into your body, how your body's gonna react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then what if you stop it? You're gonna gain all this weight back.
Yes, it's a multi-billion-dollar thing for,
Well, that's like big pharma
yeah,
medicine. They
yeah,
it's all about money for them.
it
Mhm.
definitely
Um,
is. But the side
don't get me
effects,
wrong, though. Some people can benefit from it, like people on my 600-pound life.
Yeah.
They are
yes.
diabetic or they have high blood pressure. They have all these other comorbidities that contribute to that come from their obesity. So they would do well on
Hmm.
medications like that. Um, Instead of taking the surgery route if they choose.
Right.
Surgery is a big deal too. That's another option. But I think we've gone a little far with the medication. And don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I've taken diet pills and all
Hmm.
kind of stuff to lose weight.
Same.
I'm not judging you for doing it because I wanted to sign up for Ozempic too, but
Hmm.
I decided against it
Hmm.
at
Right.
a later point. But I think some people need it and it would help them, and some of us are just so wrapped up in that body image
Yes.
that we think is perfect that we're willing to try anything to get us
Right.
there, and
Right.
which could potentially lead to damage and you get sick from the medicine or whatever.
Yeah. And who
Right.
are you doing this for? Right?
Right.
Like,
That was my next
who?
question. Like,
Right.
women are losing this weight and they want to look this body shape, and it's like, for who?
Hmm.
I think a lot of times it's for I'm gonna speak for myself. For me it's me. Like if
Hmm.
I when I complain about my weight or say my insecurities about my weight, people are always like, "What are you talking about? Shut up, be quiet, you're fine."
Hmm.
But I don't feel fine. I personally am not happy with the weight.
Hmm.
And they're like, "But it doesn't matter." My husband is, it doesn't matter. Like it is, we're good. You're fine.
Right.
But I don't feel fine. So
Hmm.
for me, it's a personal choice. I don't like the way I look at a certain weight. If I get too heavy, I don't like the way my clothes fit. I don't like the way I feel when I'm walking. I'm out of breath or something like that. See, then it becomes a health issue too in my brain.
Right. But
Hmm.
you're willing to put in the work, right? For me, it's like
Yes.
for that body image, like the perfection part of it, like who are you doing this for? Like what is like again, what is perfection? You
Mm-hmm.
know? And then it's when you want to do the rush thing, when you have the opportunity to do it the right way, right? It's almost like this fantasy, like you're creating this thing, so who are you
Right.
creating this thing for? And yes, we've all tried, fad diets, we've tried diet pills, we've tried starving ourselves, like we've all been there, done that, you know what I mean? When I was in high school, I had an eating disorder, so again, this touches really close to home, but it's like, who in the long run are you rushing to do this for? You, on the other hand, you're like, I'm willing to put in the work. I want to change my eating habits. I want to exercise. I want to put in the work. But I feel like society, social media, the masses, it's like you're putting out there what people are supposed to look like, how they're supposed to achieve it and do it. And it's like a race to get there. And why? Like, and it's
Right.
it's unhealthy, right? Essentially. So the weight
Yeah.
is unhealthy, but the way you're doing it too is unhealthy.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, social media puts it as you have to have big boobs, big butt, snatched waist,
Hmm.
and it's like, who came up with that? Like
Yeah.
in the 80s and 90s, nobody was getting fake butts.
No, they was walking
If you look
around
at
flatty
music
patties
videos,
out there.
it was it was just flat and he
Mhm.
dealt with it.
With the
Right.
leggings and the leotard over the leg and showing them cheeks, girl.
Yes. Don't forget the leg warmers.
So it's like I think it started with hmm, I'm gonna go back to like Baywatch, Pamela
Mm,
Anderson.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
yes.
Or go even current where people know Kim Kardashian,
Amen. hmm
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You have to have this huge butt, and it's like, why?
So with Kim Kardashian, right? They don't admit to
Mm.
any surgical procedures
Right.
in their world. Well, what they say is they never admit to like having their butt
hmm
done or getting their, fat taken off or anything like that, which I
hmm
think is so unfair to what you're trying to project to this world. Like these young girls, they look up to you, they want
hmm
to be like you, and they see this snatched body and they think you're, yes, don't get me wrong, you see they work hard in the gym, you see that but they can afford, they have chefs at home that cook for them
Yep.
special meals, they follow this, strict regimen. But I also think they fail to say, we did have a little work done too. This
Right.
just didn't happen with me, waking up today and I just look this good.
hmm
Or even showing, because like recently she's got smaller and smaller, and it's like, you're already
Yep.
skinny. There's nothing wrong with your stomach or anything. How much skinnier do you want to go?
hmm
And that's what
Yeah.
you're showing your audience, and that's what they're gonna want to do. And
Correct.
some people are gonna get sick, and it's just not worth it.
It's not
Yeah.
achievable, right? And it's people don't have the resources to do this, but like that's why you should be honest because
Right.
it's not achievable for the middle class people, for the people that are your fans. We don't want no smoke Kardashian Jenner family. But for the people that are your fans, for
I'm
the
still a
people,
fan.
me too. Me
Yeah.
too. But it's like some people just really don't have the resources to do these things and to get to where you are. And I think honesty would probably help a lot more of their followers and their fan base.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Be honest, let them know like I did get a little work done. I didn't just get snatched
Mhm.
by, going to the gym every day because
Right.
people be in the gym heavy.
Mhm.
I was working out heavy not too long ago. Every
Same.
single day I was on the strictest diet. And I'm like, why can't I just lose these 5 pounds that I need to lose right here? Like, what is
Mhm.
happening? And it gets in your head sometimes. You're like,
Yeah.
how much sweat I got to put out?
Right. Right. Right.
And then there's these people, they like to look like pinup dolls. Like we're like
Mhm.
they're
Yes.
like huge boobs,
Mm.
really tight waist, and I'm like, why?
First of all, the huge boobs. I have big boobs and my back kills me
Mm.
all the time from them.
Oh.
So I can't imagine
Yes.
Having those, like
adding
those are like
so much.
huge,
They're
And
like
then they
sit.
have
I be sitting like
big
this.
balloon.
And they have such a small frame to carry that as
Yeah.
well. Because I'm not like I'm medium size, I would say average. So I can carry a little bit more than they do.
hmm
They're so tiny and they have to carry I know your back is killing you.
Definitely so.
I know it is. Them boobies, they hurt.
And let me tell you, my mind goes, this goes to our show. Let's talk about sex. You know how your mind goes to sex?
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
I think about it, like, oh my God, when you're like doing the do, like, how does
Are
this,
they like this?
how? Yeah, like,
They over here.
yeah,
Oh my God.
no, that's where my mind goes. I look at them like side eye, like, where do they go? If you're like on the top, like, do you smother? If you're on the
Can you
bottom, do they
see? Can you
separate? Like,
see?
what goes on? It's a lot.
What
Way too
about,
much.
I was thinking, what about the women who do like bodybuilding?
Ah, yes.
Oh, right.
That is
Listen,
I,
not um
mm,
hey. Well, at the gym that I go to, well, I need to go a little bit more often, but there's this lady that she body builds. She's in it don't matter when I go. She is there. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter. I don't go that often, and every time I show up, she is there. My husband goes all the time, and he be like, "Yep, she was there." Like she
Wow.
lives in the gym. And then she also works at my daughter's doctor's office. I didn't know that.
Oh.
And one day I took them for a visit, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's the bodybuilder from the gym." And
y-
she is so fit, even like
Yep.
her scrubs, she wears
Hmm.
them very fitted. But her standing, you see like the muscles, the posture, like it's just lean. And I'm like, I think about that. I feel like it takes a little bit away from, in my thoughts, the feminine side of you. Like,
Right. Yeah.
yes,
That's
you're
what I think.
strong, but I feel like you also look a little bit more on the masculine side.
See, but then this is what I was talking about earlier. If you're too fat, right?
Right.
You got somebody
See?
got something to say you're not healthy. But when you're lean, you got no percentage of fat on your body. People are still like, "Oh, what's going on? Which one, people? Which
You're
one?"
Well, that's
right.
why we shouldn't even have the word body image.
Thank you. That was my whole point in my conversation earlier. It just shouldn't be a thing. Who made it a thing? Why is it a thing? And why is it your business?
Right.
Why?
Right.
So
What
before,
works for you works for you.
so
She
Right.
before,
she is so happy in her skin. She
That's
could care
great.
less what
Right.
anybody thinks. A more power to you, girl.
Amen.
so before the show, I was telling Kim that Kale from Teen Mom,
Mhm.
she she just posted right before we was getting ready to come on. She posted, "I pray that my kids never struggle with their body image enough to
Wow.
mutilate their bodies to be skinny." She said,
Mm.
"I was willing to go to any freaking length for it." And I
Word.
said,
It's
"Wow."
true. It's true.
100%.
It is
Right?
true.
Like,
It's in everything we say. It's
Yep.
how we behave ourselves in front of these kids.
Yep.
mhm,
I'm guilty of it. I'm
Same.
guilty of it, talking about weight, my own weight all the time, and I'm on a diet. I'm not on a diet.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet. Oh, I need to lose more weight. Oh, I don't like the way this looks. And I'm more mindful of it more
Hmm.
recently. I pay attention to a little bit more because I don't
Hmm.
want my daughters to think that way as much as I do.
mhm,
Yeah, I think too it also played a role in our childhood. I mean, I could speak for myself. I was raised in a home where, one of my parents was very obsessed with their weight and they used to go the extra mile to make sure like they were a specific body type and they were with my other parent. I don't want to say which parent it was, but they were with my other parent and my other parent was satisfied and it wasn't like they were setting like standards and I grew up seeing that. And
Watching it.
then right. And then, I had a eating disorder in high school and then that trickled into my adult years. And then, like I found myself now with a little bit of weight, like I'll say something, my 10-year-old is like, seriously, mom, like stop with the chunky stuff, and I'm like, you know what? She's right. I don't want them to be like that because that's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real big struggle. And it's for some people it's a silent struggle, and it's really sad because there's young ladies puking over toilets after
Yeah.
meals. You really can't enjoy a meal. Um, Going for surgery, God forbid something happens. Where I don't remember, I think it's Jackie O or whatever,
Yeah.
with
mhm,
her, the body surgery after body surgery. This is a really huge topic. I think a lot of more people should talk about it more. I think it should be like made a norm that you should be happy with yourself. Um, but it's a huge deal. And I feel like, and for me, it played a role in my childhood. I then picked up the bad habits, but I kind of want to break that generational curse because I have three daughters and I
And
think
it's
that
hard.
it shouldn't exist. Yeah.
mhm.
It's
Um,
hard. We
For
grew
me,
Mhm.
up in a home. We grew
yeah.
up with that too. Our family
Mhm.
was big on
Mm.
watching our weight and saying things
But
about our weight.
they would always make rice and beans like every day. So
Yes,
I don't know
it's
why we
like
could like how
they
you
would
gonna
tell you you
cook?
don't need to eat. Why you so big? You gain too much weight. But I dare you to say you're not gonna eat that plate of food.
That
I
was my
dare you to
grandmother.
tell them
Yes.
not. How you want me to lose the weight, but
Right.
you making me rice and beans every single day?
You gotta have salad and dessert. Come on, woman.
Hmm.
Yes, and nothing was cooked healthy. We had
No.
fried foods,
Yes.
rice and beans every single day.
And soda.
And it's not a I had soda in a bottle. My mother was putting
Girl.
soda in a
My
bottle.
grandmother used to have cans in the fridge, like you could just grab and go. Grab
But then
and
the
go.
next time you go over, they'd be like, "Oh, you looking a little chunky."
Yes.
As you serve me a plate of food.
Thank you.
Or then you lose weight and it's like, oh my God, you look sick.
Hmm.
Right. What's wrong? You're not
You look like
eating?
you on drugs. You
What's
should
going on?
stop. And you're like,
Which one is it?
I
Oh,
can't. I can't.
no. Mm-mm.
It's crazy.
It
Um,
sure is.
I agree.
so so you talked about Jackie, also Kanye West's mom. Remember,
Yes.
she passed
God, yeah.
away
Right.
from.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Doing
my
some type
mom.
of
She wanted to get a little skinny. She wanted to get a little, and I was like, something ain't right. It wasn't feeling
Mm,
right with me, and I was like, I don't think you should get this surgery.
mm,
And she didn't do it, thank
good.
God. But she lost crazy weight just eating right.
Hmm.
She followed the diet that they was having her do to prepare for the surgery, and she lost
Okay.
all this weight. And I was like, you can do it. Like, we don't
Hmm.
go under the knife for that.
Right.
we could do anything we want as long as we
Yep.
put our mind to it. It's just it's hard. It takes preparation, dedication. You got to be committed
Hmm.
to it. And there's gonna be days you just don't. You want to eat McDonald's. You want to eat
Right.
you want that cheeseburger, girl. Eat it.
That's right. Eat it. You want them French fries? Eat it, girl.
So men go through this too, right?
Amen. I was
Yes,
going
they
to say,
do.
yes, they do.
Men
1000%.
go through the same exact thing. They want to look good. They want to make sure that their wife stays with them, right?
Right.
Or they want to they just want to look good. They're nearly single. They want to go out there and be like,
Yeah.
"Look, I got a six pack and all that stuff." Look, you are who you are. I'm sure you
Mm,
look good at however you look, and just accept it, right? As
You
yeah.
long
know
as
what I
you're
think
healthy.
is funny is that when we look, well, let me speak about myself. When I look at men and they're a little bigger or
Hmm.
stocky or a little
Hmm.
heavy set, that is not a bad thing. Like that six pack, muscular,
Yeah.
fit, fine. You don't see that often, and that's really not what I'm looking at. That doesn't do
Same.
it for me.
It don't. No, it don't.
At all. So I
Mm-mm.
think it's funny that we feel like we got to have the six pack and be this
Right.
fine, fit thing. But
Yes.
when you look at the men, it's like, I like a little pouch. Just
Yes.
don't take it all away, please.
Right.
Yes.
And it's the chunkier ones that are way more confident than the ones who are
Yes.
trying to achieve them six packs, man.
Yes.
When I first
Yes,
Yes.
met
it
my
is.
when I first met my husband, he was like super skinny, and now he got like a little belly. I'm like, "Mm, okay,
I could do this.
okay, okay."
You've been
Right.
feeding him, girl.
Yes. Keep up with them rice and beans.
No, now he's like, I don't want too much rice now. I'm like, okay.
Right. But
So,
no, yes, it's
so now
crazy.
with trying to lose weight and everything, this
Hmm.
takes a toll on your mental,
Hmm.
Yes.
It
right?
does.
Um, I know there are days that like I'm like, all right, you know what? You either love me or you don't. This is who I am,
Hmm.
right? I like food, whatever. And then
Right.
there are days where I'm like, but the summer's coming. I want to look good in this bathing
Yes.
suit. All my
Hmm.
friends are super skinny, and I'm just like, the fat one of the group
Aw.
person, and it takes a toll on your mental. And then as soon as it's something, I'm like, well, whatever. It is what it is.
And you still look good.
Right, you still get through. You still get
You look
through.
good. And that
Right.
is that.
You
It's
get you
true
something
though.
that fits a little looser, and you just there you go.
You
Or
just don't
not.
have to
You know
accommodate it.
who I've seen, I follow on I think it's Instagram. It's the girl with the Fupa girl. I forget her Instagram, her IG name. Shout out to you, homegirl.
The
But
short Puerto Rican one?
she's not short. She's
Okay,
probably
so
like your
maybe
height a little bit. She wears what is it? The midriff shirts. What do you call them? To the little shirts,
crop top.
crop tops. And she's a big girl. Her belly
Mm.
be out. She be like big backs get bent over too.
Okay, yes, I know what you're talking about. Oh my God.
And
Yes,
she really inspires me. She
me
really like,
too.
I'm like, why can't I?
Right.
And she's loving herself.
No,
Yeah.
because there are women who are just really comfortable in their
Yes.
skin and they don't care. And I wish I could
Yes.
get like that.
Right.
Some
It's like,
days I
why
can
can't
and some
you?
days I can't. Like
Yeah.
I was just packing. I'm about to go on a trip and we go into a warm climate and I realized that I overpack because I'm packing ahead of time thinking about, well, what if this day I feel fat? I
Mm.
need something loose to change this outfit. So I have a set of outfits that are like real cute, small, tight. But then I got a whole nother set of outfits like, well, if I don't feel it, at least this is loose. I
Me.
could change it.
Right.
So now I have this big old suitcase full of extra clothes on the
Yep.
what if I feel bloated or what if I don't feel great that day. No,
Hmm.
just put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That's
stop.
it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
it.
agree.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not saying just go ahead and like
No.
eat all the food and stuff.
No.
We're saying
No,
No.
we're
No.
saying if you're a little chunky or if you're super skinny, eat what you eat, but make sure it's healthy. Drink your water, get some exercise in,
That's
obviously,
right.
and just be comfortable. Don't worry about what anyone else says about your body. I'm not even
Yes.
gonna say body image, about your body. They can't
Yes.
tell you what to
yes.
do with your own
It's
body.
whatever you feel,
And that
whatever
goes for
Don't
makes you
everybody.
happy.
don't follow the masses. Do you?
Exactly.
So I was also thinking about BBLs, right? Because we were
Hmm.
talking
Mm.
about social media and how they want you to look a certain way. What about these girls that be on the plane,
Oh my God.
right?
Mm.
Look, a whole row just laying on
Mm.
your
Mm.
That's the first reason why I can't do it.
Listen, me too. I cannot. I cannot. Mm-mm. I cannot know why. And let you all know why I'm traveling.
Right,
Mm-mm.
so that's why I
But
don't want to lose
that's great.
weight. I don't want to lose weight because I don't want to lose my butt. I don't
Girl.
want to
Yeah,
lose
and that
my
goes.
thighs and my
That's
butt.
one of the
So
first
that's
things to
why I
go.
don't.
But that
That is
BBL
funny.
though, even getting the BBL, once you're healed,
What if it
I've
It's
don't
not
come out right?
I've not seen too many great
Right. What if it don't
right.
come out
great
right?
ones.
I have not seen too many great ones.
I have not seen too many, and I'm a massage therapist, and they call you to massage them, and it's just like okay, and oh, it's gonna be good, and you see
You be
them when
like,
they're
what
healed,
the
and like,
hell?
what did you do? What exactly is the difference between the ant ass with the small legs? Like, I'm totally lost. I'm sorry. I'm not being judgmental at all. I just want to know if you're trying to achieve perfection, that's not it.
You're not going, so you got the
You're not.
perfect butt that don't match the rest of your body now,
Right.
right? Because that's perfect because you had it tailor made for you, right? It was, even though
Yeah.
your body was tailor made for you by God, now you come and alter it to what you think is perfect, but you forgot about the legs, the arms, the all of it.
It's
Everything
just
else is different.
so harsh. It's so harsh. It's a lot more women than men. Tried, like, I Alexa'd it a couple times, like, to get the percentage of, like, men to women. And it's a lot more, of course, women going to do these alterations. And
I was
it's
gonna
like,
say men get BB.
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
They
they get
Yes.
do.
fake, men get fake abs. They get, like, the fat off the sides of their, like, gut,
Hmm.
takes out the gut. They even do, like,
Kanye West had a tummy
yes.
tuck,
And then the
and
chest, the
that's how he
pecs.
went into depression. And
Yeah, they get fake
he
pecs and
was
stuff.
on addicted to pills. He
Yeah.
admitted to that.
I
Yeah.
never knew men get BBLs. That's crazy.
Yes. I mean, I think it was Rick Ross who called out BBL Drake, that
Oh
kind of thing.
yeah,
I am dying.
I don't want no smoke, nobody. But yeah, it's a big thing. But I did check the percentage, and it's more men than, I mean, more women than men, of course. But it's just like, it makes me so mad. It just makes me mad because, like, who are we doing this for? The people who are
And then
talking about you?
Right.
people who get the implants, right? And then what
Mm,
happened? Black China, she ended up taking out
yes,
all
Because it makes
the.
them sick
everything.
And
sometimes.
then if
Yeah.
it, what if
Yes,
it leaks? What about the ones where the implants bust? And no, I'm good.
yeah, yes.
There's so
Another one of
many
the teen
risks.
moms. So many risks, so many things for no perfection. No one. It's not going to ever be perfection. And a lot of the people who are doing this, or people who are telling people they need to do it, are not living in their own reality. It's all a facade and fantasy. It's not even real. It's like, why? Why?
I think the fact that we have all these surgeries and all these things, I think that plays a major role in what people look to look the
Yeah,
same way. And it's like
yeah,
what, like I said before, you can't achieve it because you didn't go get surgery. You trying to
right.
achieve something that's impossible to do on your, not
Mm-hmm.
saying that it is impossible to do on your own, but sometimes your body type ain't gonna come out that way. Like I could
Yeah.
do 1,000 squats a day. I'm not gonna have a Kardashian
Mhm.
booty. It's just not happening.
Right.
It's gonna grow, but it's not gonna be as massive as it's gonna as theirs. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just my body type.
Yeah.
They made butt pads that you could just put in your jeans.
It's
Girl,
right. Sheen.
I've seen those butt
You
pads in
could
the
get them on
streets,
Sheen and
okay?
Fashion Nova. Just buy it for
Fashion
five
Nova.
ninety nine.
You see the little circle and then the butt
Yes.
popping out.
We're not making fun of nobody. We're just saying. No, but even that Ozempic stuff, I know a couple people who are doing it, and they achieve their weight loss, but they lose so much more. They lose their beauty, they lose their energy, they lose their, like, umph to even their motivation to do anything because they're so tired. I know someone right now who's, like, taking a pause on it, but following the fact of, like, not eating and starving themselves just to keep up with it. So it's like,
So they
you
stopped the Ozempic
they
and now they're just not eating.
they're just starving themselves. They're keeping the mind frame of, I'm not hungry. Do you know the torture that is? You're keeping the mind frame of, I'm
Yeah,
not hungry,
very
when
angry,
you're starving,
very angry.
and you're like, you have no energy for nothing. So, like, just to look good for who? Because this person just comes home, goes to work. What are you doing this? Who and what are you doing this
Them in
for?
their own mind. I think a
Yeah.
lot of it is you've created, we are our own
Yes.
worst critics. So
Yes.
in our mind, what we see, what we've been trained to watch on TV
Yes.
is already embedded in our heads. Like, I have to look this way. I don't like, even when you go
Right.
shopping, like the fact that everything is a crop top, right? To each his own.
Amen.
If you feel like you want to have your chichos out and wear the crop top, by all means, go ahead and do it. But there's some people that really don't want to do that.
Right.
But it's
Right.
hard to find clothes that are still cute nowadays
Mm-hmm.
because everything is crop top
Or it goes up
Right.
to a certain size.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
well, you should just make it for every size.
Exactly.
hmm And let Let the person choose.
I
That's
remember
it.
Forever 21, they used to be like, okay, we have zero to plus. Now they take out plus from the stores and you can only
Hmm.
buy it online.
Right.
Which is
Like,
so crazy.
It is.
So
Society, I tell
crazy.
you.
How do you
and
do
Hmm.
even
that?
some women who are pregnant, right? They don't want to wear maternity
Maternity
clothes.
clothes.
So they're like, all
Right.
right, let me go to the plus size. So now
Yep.
you're just taking away from them.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Because maternity clothes is not cute. I ain't even
It
gonna
is
lie.
not. I used to go up like two sizes. Let me go to the regular store. Let me go to the plus size people.
Mm-mm.
No, but you was talking about Ozempic and Kelly Clarkson, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember I was like, wait, what? That's Kelly Clarkson.
She
Yeah.
lost
I
a
just
lot of weight,
saw
yeah.
her,
So
like,
much.
how did she lose it so fast? And I was like,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. I
A lot of
mean,
the housewives
Ozempic,
too.
yeah. It has a
A lot of the
lot of
housewives.
side effects. There's a lot of studies that are coming out that is really affecting people in a bad way. So they've
Yeah.
come up with some other medications for you to try. Um,
Yeah, like
but
I think it's
I
like
think there
Wegovy
should
and
be
stuff.
like a limit to who can use it because I feel like anybody if honestly because I was googling earlier if you google um any of these medications you can get it from an online provider
Yes, you
and
can.
you just pay you got to pay a lot of money for
It's
it.
like a thousand
People
dollars, but yeah.
people are
Yeah.
willing to pay it. They don't care. They're
Hmm.
in their mind they want to lose the weight and it's worth the money for them.
Right.
But that doctor doesn't really know you. And you're gonna say whatever you want to say, right? You can lie
Right.
to a doctor. You can say, "Yeah, I'm great. I'm this. I'm that." They can't even take your blood pressure to see if your blood pressure. They can't take any vitals.
Right.
You're doing a little video conference here,
Hmm.
and they got to take your word for whatever it is that you say.
Yep.
Well, if you really want this medication and deep down inside you're gonna do anything for it, I'm a lie and be like, I'm doing
Yeah.
great, I'm healthy, everything's
Yeah.
wonderful, can have the medicine, thank you. And now
Yeah.
you're
No,
causing all these other
that's
problems.
true. Because
Yeah.
when I was looking into it, me and my mom went to it was this place and they went there, they took our blood pressure, they had us sign a form. The doctor wasn't at the place. So I had to speak to the doctor on the phone.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he used to be like, do you have any like issues and stuff? And then he'd be like, all right, well, we'll start you with this. And it was like 1,000. And people was coming in like for
Yes.
their doses. I'm like, mm.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
It's
know
a lot.
about this. This feels a little bit wrong.
Hmm.
I took this diet a certain diet pill and like this regimen from a doctor before and I would
Hmm.
have to go see him and literally he maybe sat with me 3 minutes in a room,
Hmm.
asked me a couple of questions, and I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. I want the pills. I'm trying
Right.
skinny fast. So please, yep, everything's wonderful. Yeah, fine, sure, I'll do
Yeah.
that. No problem. They took my blood pressure. I know my blood pressure. I could even feel it when I could tell you what it is by feeling it and looking at the
Hmm.
number. So the lady didn't know my blood pressure. She made up a number, a perfect number. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I'll take it. It's whatever. But I knew that it was totally wrong.
Mhm.
Right.
And she wrote down whatever. They wrote me the script and I kept it moving.
Right.
They're not worried about
They are
some
not.
doctors are. Let me
No,
take that
my
back.
primary, I told him like, hey, what about this? And he was like, they're still doing tests. I don't think, you know, I'm not really 100% about it. And then he was like, you could see if the insurance proves it. But he wasn't like he'll tell you like, I'm not comfortable with this.
Mm.
When it came to the COVID shot, he was like, in the beginning, he was like, I'm not comfortable with this. And then it changed, but he was like, I don't know. You could see if they and insurance didn't approve it, but I was just like, okay.
No, this guy I went to was they took cash. My insurance covered some of it, but it didn't. Like it was literally a weight loss place. And like you
Mm.
said, it's a revolving door. You in and
Yeah.
out. You could just go in there. They even give you shots, like
They give
Hmm.
you
certain
the
shots.
needle and stuff like that. And I'm like,
No, no, no. Shots for like not those shots, not like Ozempic or anything.
Mhm.
They'll do something like a thinning shot. I forget what it's called. And it's like a bunch of vitamins that'll help you lose weight too. But it's like, am I I'm doing all this and I really don't know what's happening inside,
Right.
Right,
causing
because
all
if
these
I call you
issues.
if something happens, I bet you won't answer your phone.
Right. You're
You
gonna
can't
say I
even get
took
them on
it.
the phone, honestly.
No,
They'd be
no.
If
like,
I'm
oh,
being all the way honest, you
I
this
still
can't
is.
got
get
the
them on the phone.
online. I did the online thing on purpose. I'm like, let
Uh-huh.
me see. And, I have like health stuff, whatever that I should be honest about. But I'm like, let me see how far I could get. So my weight gain too has stuff to do with my health or whatever. But I'm not going to put that in there. So I went all the way to the end. And it was like, well, just pay $659 and you'll
Yes.
have this script in 3 days. I'm like, oh my God.
Mine was you can
Literally.
have the shots in 24 hours. We can overnight it to you.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
was like a subscription. You pay a certain amount a month. And I
Yep.
was like, no.
Hmm.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
I don't, first of all, I don't like shots like that, so I'm not just gonna,
Yes.
No.
I
I'm not gonna,
think some people need it, like I said before, and I'm
yeah.
not judging you if you take it. I want you to take it if that's what's going to work
Do
for you. Your
you?
doctors, but you got to go to the right doctors because let's
Hmm.
be honest, we know how to find what we want if we really want it. You know where you can
Right.
go that they're going to lie to you and say,
Mhm.
yeah, here, take it, and you know where to go where they're going to tell you, actually, I don't think you should be taking that. I think you should
Yep.
be doing this. And there's great weight loss doctors that will help you and guide you in the
Yeah.
right way, and they'll provide those medications, but in the right way where they're telling you, okay, take this shot, but you got to continue to follow up with me and
Hmm.
do this. How do you feel? Is this working? Are we doing this? That I agree. Hey, that works. Make sure you're
Right.
following your doctor and you're doing all the right things and you're not hurting yourself.
Mhm.
Do it right.
Right. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Great
Tim, you want
combo.
to give our quote?
Yes. Let me give our lovely quote. So, our quote for tonight is: don't change your body to get respect from society. Instead, let's change society to respect our bodies. By Golda Peretsky.
Go ahead,
I
Golda.
agree. I'm with you, Golda.
She is
Yes.
golden for that.
Yes, she is.
Basically, don't tell us what to do with our bodies, and that goes for everything.
Yes, 100%.
Literally everything.
My
So,
body, my business.
Yes.
um,
All right, guys. This was a great show. We want to thank
It was.
everybody for watching. We will see you next time. Please watch all our shows on YouTube, Calm Before the Storm podcast. You can like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on all social media platforms. Tongue twister. If you have any comments, ideas, topics you want to talk about, you can send us a message on our social media or email us at the calm before the storm at gmail.com.
all right. We'll
Yes.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.